Perfect. Hey everyone, welcome to uh, a new AMA session. I think it's been a while after the last one, so the reason why we didn't have one was because contracts were um, audited, which took like 5 to 6 weeks. So we took this break to recover a little bit and I think today I want to give the community an update where we stand um, in terms of the audit implementation and when to expect the mainnet launch and what kind of like preparations need to be done. All right. Yes, as we've communicated, so we had the audit started mid March, and it was finished in on 20th of April. And yeah, I think overall we are very satisfied with the outcome. So we had like 5 teams auditing it, 5 independent teams, and I think it was really a good decision to have that because some of the teams really came up with very interesting findings, which we wouldn't have if we just went with one team. So I can maybe share the audit report here. That's um, from the Solidity Lab audits community. So it's kind of like a Discord community of upcoming auditors. So they were auditing DIVA protocol as part of a practice audit. And there's also another report by an independent firm that we're going to publish once we implemented the recommendations. I think overall, I think what we are we're very kind of like happy about is that there were no critical findings. There were 4 high and 5 medium. I think relative to the size of the code base, I think that's pretty good. Um, we also received like positive feedback on the very detailed documentation, which definitely helped for the audit. Um, yeah, and I think overall the findings that were classified as high, I mean, even if they made it into development, I mean, they probably wouldn't like cause like users losing funds, but still, I mean, they need fixing. So um, yeah, so we addressed most of them already. So or all of them we have addressed already, and there are also a couple of low and informational ones that we are going to address as well. So here, if you go back one folder, you basically see the individual teams reports, which also include the um, lower findings here. Some of which are not valid, so we will kind of like after everything is completed, um, we will publish an announcement where we kind of like share the key insights on the audits and yeah, also the findings. Exactly. So yeah, so I would say we have like implemented 70 to 80% of the findings that have been reported, and the most critical ones we have already addressed. So the remaining ones should be rather quick. Um, okay, then as people have seen, we have yeah released the rewards page on our website where you can test claim your DIVA token reward, and I think it was the right decision to do that given the issues that people have faced, and it allowed us to address these issues and fix them ahead of the mainnet launch. So exactly. Then what else? So some people reported their wallets were hacked, so we will address that as well before updating this for mainnet. Exactly. Um, yeah. So what else is remaining for the mainnet? I think it's really like everything is done. It's really like addressing the audit recommendations, implementing them, and then we are ready. So I won't indicate any timelines, but I am very confident we will launch in May. So yeah. Um, what else? So yeah, what will we deploy exactly? So one is the DIVA protocol, right, which is this generic infrastructure to create and settle derivative products. And um, in addition to that, we will also deploy uh, an Oracle adapter, so using Teller protocol, which users can use from the start to settle their pool. So I think that's how we will start, and there are already additional adapters in the making to offer users more choice on the Oracle side. Um, and yeah, also the few changes that have been done after the audit, they will also require some updates on the existing infrastructure, like the subgraphs and also the API service that we're running. Yeah, and when we go on mainnet, everything will be open sourced, and I would say like the the key product that we've been developing for more than 2.5 years is then live, and people can start building on it. Um, exactly. What else? When mainnet date? Yeah, I mean, look, I won't mention any dates anymore because I just realize things take usually longer than expected, and especially when you design smart contracts with security and safety in mind, you have to evaluate every design choice. And this just takes time. You have to talk to people, get their feedback, and then kind of like take a decision and then implement that, and also implement the tests, right, in order to ensure that things are working. So all of this takes time, and I personally would really appreciate if people kind of like valued that we put safety and security first, and we're not kind of like a pump and dump show like you see it with other protocols. So if you're looking for that, then I think the protocol is the wrong place to be. Yeah, so let me just throw in your questions into the chat. I think from my side that are the main developments, and yeah, so we are working on it, and um, uh, yeah, spread the word. Yeah, I mean, like exactly, help us to spread the word about DIVA protocol, right? Tell people that we are launching soon. There will be a DIVA token, and yeah, then build a little bit of excitement. Where are plans to launch DIVA token? Yeah, I mean, we mentioned this multiple times. I mean, you don't rely on us to launch the DIVA token anywhere. You have Uniswap, it's permissionless infrastructure. If you want to sell your token, create a pool and sell it. I mean, yeah, so on that part, yeah, you can, you don't need to rely on us. Give valid data for mainnet. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah. What about donations? How much money? Yeah, and the donation, that's a good question. So we collected roughly $6,000. So it's running for 3 months. I mean, like, while it's running, there's actually like nothing happening in between, right? So you basically wait until you know how much rain fell during that 3 month period, right? It's reported, and then the payouts are determined. So I would say it's rather boring in between, but I think overall we're happy. So I think $5,000 was contributed by DIVA protocol, and another roughly $1,000 was yeah was contributed by the community. And yeah, maybe you have also noticed that we have increased the reward for contributions. So initially it was one Diva, sorry, 3 Diva tokens per $1 donated, and then we increased it to 10 Diva tokens per $1 donated. That is, if you donated $150, you received 1,500 Diva tokens. And yeah, and I mean, if you're lucky and the donation doesn't trigger, you can just claim back your money. And yeah, basically got it for free. Any exchange to list Diva token in the future? Yeah, I mean, look, there are many exchanges where you can list, and we're in talk with MEXC. I'm not sure what I've heard about them, but all of them, like the listing costs money, and I mean, to be transparent with you, we weren't able to raise yet, so there are still a few final discussions that are ongoing. But the market environment is quite challenging, and yeah, instead of spending like 20K into listing a token, we kind of like invested in development at this stage. Seeing the market, what plans SIM has to protect our Diva token to get manipulated by extreme dumb people may do after getting them on mainnet? Well, I mean, what can we do? I mean, once the Diva token is out, everyone can create a pool and pump and dump it themselves, right? I mean, it's an open market, and there's nothing we can do. I mean, if people want to engage in this activity, I mean, yeah, there's little we can do about that. What was in your mind the first time and your goal to create a project called this Diva? Yeah, so the reason, I mean, Diva is basically just an abbreviation of derivatives. Yeah, so that's why we went with the name. There's also a funny story. There's another project which is called Diva Labs. They're offering like a liquid staking solution. But based on our research, they came after us, and yeah, also that their token will probably be after after us. Okay, will the Popups redeem to Diva tokens? I mean, yeah, we haven't decided yet what we're going to do with the Popups. So, as you may know, attendance of our AMA session and other events, we typically hand out Popups. And I mean, these are publicly visible on the blockchain. So, maybe at some point, who knows, maybe there will be some sort of rewards. But at this stage, we haven't planned anything yet. Steve, I have a new partner. Well, not yet. No new partners. I mean, we're working with some other teams to integrate their solutions on the Oracle side, for instance. But as investors, we don't have any new partners. Yeah, when airdrop, I mean, you can claim your tokens when everything goes live, like you were able to do on the testnet. Bug bounties tend to help improve a protocol security margin for robust security of the Diva protocol. Any plans for such event, or has one been internally done? Yeah, I mean, as I said, like the audit was already done, so we take security very seriously, and yeah, also trying to address every finding properly and testing it properly before we go live. Thanks for your answer. It is very good. This how many money were at donations. Yeah, I think it was a cool pilot program, and yeah, just shows what is possible with the infrastructure that we have developed. How much time? I mean, I addressed all of these. I addressed all of these questions already. Whether we are talking with OKX Ventures. I mean, we've reached out to many people, and yeah, I mean, most of them do not respond to emails. So it's not that easy to get a hold of someone in their teams to talk to. So yeah, if you're well connected within OKX Ventures, tell them to contact us. um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Precious, have I forgotten something? Is there anything else I should cover that I didn't cover yet?
No, I don't think there is anything at the moment to be discussed.
Okay, okay. All right. Yeah, cool. If there are any questions, just as usual, drop them in our general chat, and we will be happy to answer it. And yeah, we all appreciate your patience and yeah, and yeah, fingers crossed for a good start. What are the advantages of the DIVA protocol? Um, Oh, there's a few questions coming. Maybe I can answer them as well. Can I still donate? Well, I mean, you can. Technically, you can, but there won't be any rewards. But you may receive a POP. We have to check whether it's technically possible. Um, I appreciate this project and each and every member related to this project. That's great to hear. Thanks a lot, Cool Boy. What are the advantages of DIVA protocol? Yeah, so I think the main advantage is and there are two advantages. First, it's flexibility. So think of DIVA protocol sort of like a prediction market protocol where you have full flexibility what underlying to choose and also full flexibility on the payoff profile. So you can really customize that, which no other protocol offers. So that's point number one. Point number two is we are trying to bridge the gap between traditional finance and DeFi by implementing a KYC solution. So if say a bank wants to use DIVA protocol to issue structured products, they can restrict the transfer of these assets to KYC members, and these KYC members have to be flagged with a KYC NFT, a non-transferable KYC NFT, right? And based on like the holdings, you can basically restrict the transfer. So I think these are really the two unique features. And yeah, I think, and also this maybe one third feature which is worth mentioning is we've we are Odiva protocol is offering like an off-chain matching mechanism with an on-chain settlement mechanism. So very similar to 0x protocol, where you as a creator of a derivative offer, you just sign it with your private key and it gets created on-chain only if there is a counterparty that wants to kind of like take the other side of that derivative contract. Um, what are plans for communities without DIVA token? Those that have no token but active members of the community. Yeah, that's a very good question. Thanks a lot. So when the token goes live, um, there will be we've built in a small kind of like, or sorry, one step back. So when the token goes live, there will be slightly less than 20% in circulation. By the end of year two, when all the team and early investor tokens have vested, there will be roughly 40% in circulation. And the remaining 60%, they will be put in a smart contract and released gradually over a period of years, over a period of 30 years, so 2% every year. And the idea here that we currently have is that we implement something similar that Optimism is doing with the retroactive funding model. So what you could do is say, I don't know, there are 2%, so 2 million DIVA tokens unlocked every year. At the end of year, at the end of the year, the community can nominate projects that have contributed to the DIVA ecosystem. I don't know, be it someone has built an app, or someone has built some tooling that helps developers to build those applications much faster. And yeah, then kind of like we could vote and kind of like allocate or distribute these tokens back to the people that have contributed to the ecosystem growth. So that's the current kind of like model that we're envisaging after the token goes live. Very good question. Thanks a lot. What compliance feature does DIVA protocol natively implement, and how does it benefit traditional institutions? Yeah, I just explained that. So you can basically flag your client, or a bank could flag their client accounts with a non-transferable KYC token, and when they create the derivative products, say structured products using DIVA protocol, they can indicate that only holders of this non-transferable KYC token can transfer these products between each other, so no one else can kind of like buy these products. Yeah, it's an optional feature, so by default the position tokens or these derivative products are permissionless, so everyone can trade them. When are we going to have mainnets? Yeah, I mean, I think I have mentioned that during the call. Not sure whether you joined late. When pre-sale, yeah, I mean, there won't be any pre-sale, any partnership with Aptos or Sui. I mean, Aptos, Sui, they have different smart contracted languages, so we will focus on EVM compatible chains at the beginning before we start exploring other chains that will require a lot of kind of like learning how to program using their languages. Okay. So I see people typing. Any pop for me? Yes, there will be pops. With a rocket. So you should be excited. Um, all right. DeFi with Jerry is typing, so let's wait for him quickly. Here's a long question. All active member of the community have DIVA token. If you didn't got it through participating in this testnet, then you must have gotten some through periodically weekly price sessions. Yeah, I think, I mean, look, here everyone can see it on the token claim page, what activities we had. There was a squeeze, there was the conditional donation, we had the whales, NFT holders that were rewarded, and we had the smart contract launch partner program, which we also announced. I mean, there were many opportunities to earn more than the 100 tokens from the testnet. Vocal Spiled is a god mod. Yeah, we are very happy with him indeed. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, how the team gonna handle the token to be not fallen below? Yeah, I mean, if you list the token at 10 billion valuation, everyone will sell, right? So if you list it at 1 million valuation, then probably nobody will sell, right? So I think there is some equilibrium or kind of like a point at which kind of like buyers and sellers are somewhat in balance. So if there is a market, then yeah, you can basically control the selling or buying part basically by launching the pool with a reasonable price. And yeah, you will launch on Arbitrum. Yeah, we are currently so the main chain will be Ethereum. That's also where the token will live, where the claim will happen. And we will also launch on Arbitrum, Optimism, Gnosis, and Polygon. Yeah, and I mean, one of the community concerns which we frequently hear are the gas fees on Ethereum. I mean, we hear you. Um, we also don't want to pay $25 for transfer. Um, but I think, I mean, you don't need to claim it from day one. So nobody's forcing you to claim it from day one. So you have 3 years to claim the tokens. And I'm pretty sure there will be a point in time where fees are low. So just watch out when fees drop, and yeah, then you can claim it. um, yeah, on the use case, there's a slide deck. On the use case of the DIVA token, and there's a slide deck in our docs. So if you go to docs here on our website, there's a pitch deck, and on slide 13 you see the, the token. So basically it acts as a voting token, and you can vote for a candidate that will kind of like get access to the fees that the protocol is generating, and yeah, and who is expected to basically, yeah, allocate the funds to grow the ecosystem. So that's kind of like the token model in a nutshell. Wild price speculations already in the chat. um, Perfect. Any more questions? Otherwise, I think we can wrap it up here. So thank you all. How do we build a bigger community? Yeah, we will see. I think we're already big enough, and if everyone helps to make it bigger, then I think this is how we can further grow. Yeah, anyways, so I think thank you all for joining. So it was a pleasure to have so many participating in this AMA session. And yeah, as I said, like the next station is mainnet launch. Please be patient. Please give us time to make sure we don't get hacked when we go live, because this will kind of like not add any value to anyone, right? So be patient, trust us that we're doing our best, and yeah, and then let's fucking go. Thank you all. Bye bye.